Good morning, children. And today we will be discussing the questions that you have posted on the WhatsApp group. So we'll be going through the questions accordingly. If there are still any doubts after the video, please leave them in the comment section. Now, the first question that we have is that 0 is an integer or not. So just 0 is an integer, and how can we give the explanation for this is we already know that if we add two integers, for example, if you add 4 plus 2, the result would be an integer. And if we subtract two integers, for example, minus 3 plus 2, the result will be minus 1. So 6 is an integer, minus 1 is also an integer. So from this explanation, we can say that 0 is also an integer. How? If we add minus 4 and plus 4, the result will be a 0. Therefore, 0 is also an integer. Have is problem in using formulas in addition and subtraction. So children, in addition and subtraction, as we already know the rules, if we have two integers with two symbols plus and plus, the symbol at the end would be plus. We are talking about addition or subtraction. If you have two integers, both have the negative symbol, okay, their absolute values will be added and the final result will be negative. Okay, and if you have plus or minus, so the sign depends on the absolute value of any of the two. So first we'll discuss this one. Okay, so if you have two integers, for example 2 plus 3, we add them, then the result would be 5. 2 plus 3 equals to 5. Simple. Now if we have two negative integers, minus 2, minus 4, so in this case, children, the absolute value of minus 4 will be 4, the absolute value of 2 will be 2, and we will add them. 4 plus 2 will be 6, and both of them are having the negative sign, so the end result will also have the negative sign. But now here comes something which most of the people find difficulty in solving is, now you have 5 and you have minus 7. Now children, in 5 and we have minus 7, so the difference, so the absolute value of 5 is 5, the absolute value of minus 7 is 7. Okay, so 5, and we find the difference in their absolute values. So the difference between the absolute value of 7 and 5 is 2, but here the integer 7 minus 7 is greater than 5. The absolute value of minus 7 is greater than the absolute value of 5. So the sign will be put of the integer who has the greater absolute value. So it will be minus 2. We can look at some more examples. Suppose if you have 9 minus 11. So the absolute value of 11 will be 11, the absolute value of 9 will be 9, and the difference in their absolute value will be 2. But the number, this minus 11, is having the greater absolute value, so its sign will be put. This will be minus 2. Suppose if you had 5 minus 3. So in this case, first absolute value of 5, 5, absolute value of minus 3, 3. The difference is 2. But here 5 being the number integer which have the greater absolute value, sign is plus. So the positive sign would be here. So 5 minus 3 equals to 2. We have is exercise 3b, question 1, part 3. So in this we have minus 5 plus 2 equals to plus 5 plus minus 8. So here children, we need to find this is true or false. So minus 5 plus 2, it will be minus 3, and on the RHS on the right hand side, 5 minus 8 will be minus 3. So this is true. Is minus 8 into minus 2. So in this question, children, this is the multiplication of integers, and in multiplication of integers, if we multiply two integers with positive sign, the end result with integer will also have the positive sign. If both of them are having the negative sign, then the end result will again be positive. If any of them is positive or negative, the end result will always be negative. So now here, children, this is for multiplication and division of integers. So minus 8 into minus 2, this minus minus will be plus, and 8 into 2 is 16. Exercise 3A, question 1, part 1. And it says that 0 is not an integer as it is neither positive nor negative. So children, as we have already discussed in the previous part of the video, that 0 is an integer. How? If we subtract two integers, then the end result would be an integer. And if we add two integers, then also the end result will still be an integer. So yes, 0 is neither positive nor negative, but it is an integer. So this statement is false. Is minus 18 into minus 14 into minus 12. So children, first we will multiply 18 and 14. Okay, the multiplication of their absolute values is 252, and we have both of them are having the negative sign. So this minus minus will be plus, and now this will be multiplied with minus 12. So when you multiply with minus 12, the answer will come out to be 3024. But this 12 is having a negative sign, so this will also be negative. Minus minus plus, plus minus again minus. Problem in division of integers. So children, in division of integers, the signs that we follow are same as the multiplication. Plus plus will be plus, minus minus plus, plus minus minus, and minus plus minus. So if we have two integers, for example, we have minus 10 and this is being divided by minus 2. So in the denominator you have minus 2, in the numerator you have minus 10. So this minus minus sign will be cancelled and they will become plus, and 2, when 10 is divided by 2, the question will be 5, so the end result would be 5. But if this would have been minus 10 upon 2, so minus plus we will have minus, so minus 5. If the numerator had a negative sign, minus 2, so 2 5s are 10, if it will be equal to 5, and again minus plus will be minus. So in division of integers, if both numerator and denominator are having negative, then the result would be positive. If any one of them is having a negative sign, then it would be a negative. The end result would be negative. Have is minus 64 plus bracket plus 100 plus 14, then again plus minus 150. So children, here when we will open the brackets, first we will solve these two. So minus 64 plus 100 will be 36. Okay, And now we have here 36 and we are left with plus 14. So 36 plus 14 will be 50. Now we have 50 minus 150. So this will be minus 100. How? The absolute value of 150 is 50. The absolute value of 50 is 50. So the difference in their absolute value is 100, and the integer which is having the greater absolute value is 150. So the end result will have a negative sign, that is minus 100. Is exercise 3D question 7, and the question says that compare the sign of the product of two negative integers with the sign of the sum of the two negative integers. So children, the sign of the product of two negative integers, sign of the product of two negative integers. So we have two negative integers, minus 2 into minus 3. So the end sign will be 3 into 2 will be 6, and minus minus will be plus, with the sign of the sum of two negative integers. So if you have two negative integers, minus 2, minus 3, then it will be minus 5. So on the multiplication of two negative integers, the end integer would have, the answer will have a positive sign, and on the sum of two negative integers, the end or the final result will have a negative sign. Of question number 7, the second part is, suppose the product of two integers is positive. Okay, what do you know about the signs of the integers? If the product of two integers is positive, that means if we have two integers, 2 into 3, the end result would be 6. That means both of them are having positive signs. Okay, and there is one more case, if both of them are having the negative signs, then again it would be minus minus plus, and then again it would be 6. So if we have two integers, the product of two integers is positive, what can we say about the signs? What can we say about the signs of the integers? That both of the integers which are being multiplied, both of them are positive or both of them are negative. We have is exercise 3F, question number 10. And in this question, children, this question is easy, but you need to follow the BODMAS rule very smartly so that you don't get confused and do the question wrong. So the question is 73, 85 minus 6 into 7 plus 23 minus 4 of minus 5 and brackets closed. So children, in this question you need to simplify this. So when you will, in this type of question, please very carefully open the brackets. Okay, so children, here we have, now we'll be starting off from here, the very inside the bracket that we have in the question, minus 5 here we have. So we have here 23 minus 4 of minus 5. So we will solve this part first. So 23 minus 4 of minus 5. So this minus 4 of minus 5 will be 23 minus 4 of minus 5. So this will be minus minus plus, 23 plus 20. So this will be 4 into minus 5 plus 20, and 23 plus 20 will be 43. So the solution to this part is 43. So this will be 6 into 7 plus 43. Okay, and this will be 6 into 7 will be 42, and 42 plus 43 will be 45. So this whole bracket on solving this will be 45. So the question will become 73 of 85 minus, this is 42 and this was 43. So now 42 plus 43 is 85, and 85 minus 85, 73 off. So 85 minus 85 will be 0. So 73 into 0 will be equal to 0. Question that we have is exercise 3B MCQ question number 10. So children, in this question, the temperature on February morning is minus 6 degrees Celsius. Okay, at 6 a.m. At 6 a.m. So if the temperature drops 3 degrees by 7 a.m., drop means that the temperature is decreasing. That means it is getting colder. So this minus 6 will be minus 9 degrees Celsius at 7 a.m. Now, rises 4 degrees between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. Now the temperature is increasing by 4 degrees. So minus 9 plus 4, it will be minus 5 degree Celsius, and then drop 7 degree between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. So now we have minus 5 and the temperature is again decreasing by minus 7 degrees. That is minus 7 minus 5 will be minus 12 degree Celsius. There is minus 5 is an integer. So yes, minus 5 is an integer. How? After when we move to the left side of the number line, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. So yes, minus 5 is clearly an integer. You should have no reason to believe that minus 5 is not an integer.